Resident Evil Requiem is out this week, and ahead of its release, we wanted to get together to fondly reminisce over some of our most favourite, most terrifying, most gruesome, memorable moments from the series so far. My name's Dave, you're watching PlayStation Access, and this is what some might call a Tuesday checklist.
My favourite Resident Evil moment, and well, there could be lots, but the one I've picked is the start of Resident Evil 7. It's not really a moment, it's like a sequence that lasts maybe 45 minutes. And Resident Evil has always been a series that has not been afraid to shake things up. You know, we went to the over-the-shoulder view with Resi 4, and with Resi 7 it was the first-person survival horror that in the mainline Resi series. And I remember thinking it was such a shake-up from what had come before. And it completely abandoned the whole sort of action thing, and it felt very much like a terrifying survival horror.
Oh, it was horrifying. I remember the first time I booted it up, It
was unlike anything I had played before. And I remember genuinely feeling incredibly scared for that first 45 minutes, where, you know, I think the demo had come out where you see the tape of those two people who've gone into the Baker house before, and there's sort of like Blair Witch vibes where one of them is just like facing away from you, facing the wall, and something horrific has happened to him. You don't really know what, and then you go into the Baker house and it's abandoned and it's horrible and it's dark and the fridge is full of gone off food, and there's slime and there's rot everywhere, and there's like maggots, and it's gross. It's a horrible place to be. You're there because you're looking for your missing wife. Like you play as Ethan, who's received like a message, and so you're basically there looking for her, and you sort of go down into the basement and you find her, and she seems weirdly okay. But there's something so off about it that you're like, oh, I'm not liking this. I'm not liking this at all.
You would know, wouldn't you, when your partner was a bit
just been chilling.
I've been missing for 3 years, just been hanging out in this basement. And the very specific moment that I remember so clearly is when you go up like a set of stairs, and you turn round and you can hear Mia coming up the stairs. You can't see more than like 2 or 3 feet down, like the stairs are in blackness, and very slowly out of the gloom the sort of demonic possessed Mia sort of like comes crawling up, and there's like a jump scare where her face is like right in your face.
That
and
hair
then
physics though, that hair physics was pretty
it's very good hair
memorable.
physics.
Did you do that impression of Mia's scary face again? Just one more time. Just like
that.
That's good. We got it.
I can't remember paying too much attention to the hair physics. I was just paying attention to how terrified I was.
We're different people.
But what happens after that is what I think is a beautifully pitched Resident Evil sequence where you feel you are overwhelmed in the presence of this terrifying evil, but you have just enough about you. There is just enough in the environment, a handgun with a few bullets in it, for you to just about scrape through this encounter. Although, if I remember correctly, she does chainsaw your hand off.
Yes,
that does.
She does, yeah.
Slight inconvenience.
This is like the setup to the game. This is like, and now the game starts after you've had your
Finally found your missing wife.
Yeah.
But as an intro to like a new era of Resident Evil, it was such a powerful opening. It was very brave. It was like, you know, forget what you've played with Resi 4, 5 and 6. Forget Leon Kennedy.
New characters,
This is new characters, a whole new way of playing Resident Evil, and for the series to do that in a mainline entry, despite the fact that, you know, it has previous with shaking things up. And I just thought it was so on point. Like it felt like a really fresh new thing. And then the rest of the game I thought was magic as well. Just that perfect balance between, this is so terrifying, I don't want to know what's around the next corner, but also so compelling that I have to find out what's going on next in the story. Anyway, that opening sequence in Resi 7 is seared into my mind now. Resi 7 is, I wouldn't say it's my favourite Resident Evil, but it's up there. And that opening 40 minutes or so, I just think is a perfect sequence of survival horror and a really brilliant and bold opening to a new Resident Evil era. I think it's brilliant.
Well, it's a series filled with incredible moments, but I had to pick a moment from my favourite, which is Resident Evil 4. The moment being the opening village assault, when you are bombarded by a whole village's worth of infected. They're chasing you with pitchforks, they're throwing axes at you. There's chickens running around. There's a cow on fire at one point.
All day in the office.
Honestly, it really, yeah, it just really surprised me for a series that had spent so long building suspense, and the original trilogy in particular. You know, building so much suspense, spending a lot of time on the horror side of things. This kind of just goes from 0 to 11 in the blink of an eye. You sneak through some early areas in Resident Evil 4, and then all of a sudden, a whole village is chasing you. And just the sheer ludicrous nature of this chase alone. I already mentioned the burning cows, the chickens running around laying eggs.
Not the eggs.
Inexplicably, there's a man with a sack on his head chasing you with a chainsaw. It's the most over-the-top, ludicrous opening to, I think, any Resident Evil, which is very befitting of Resident Evil 4 because it is a ridiculous and over-the-top and brilliant video game. But one thing I particularly really like about this sequence is getting hold of the shotgun, which you can get from one of the houses. I think Resident Evil does shotguns better than any series, any video game series. The way the shotgun feels, especially when you're fighting off Chainsaw Man, Dr. Salvador, or just the horde that are pursuing you, the feel of the shotgun just blasting them and getting them away from you, it feels amazing. So even though you're panicked, you're being chased, you've got a few shells in your shotgun, so you feel like I can defend myself if I absolutely have to, and I'm cornered. I've got a chance. You can climb up the clock tower, but in the remake, the clock tower isn't as safe as it used to be. You can the floor will give way, and you'll fall to your peril.
Such a mean trick.
It is a mean trick, but I quite like it because it was a trick in the old game. You could just sort of stay there and just shoot them from the top of the ladder. Doesn't work in the remake.
Not anymore.
No. And just the whole sequence. Resident Evil 4 just really going up the gears and letting you know that this isn't just going to be scary. It's going to be action-packed as well. You're going to have to fight, you're going to have to use your arsenal. Yeah, and then rounding it all out with the brilliant, where's everyone going? Bingo? I just think the whole thing is so ludicrous. It really, in one 5 to 10 minute package, it sums up how over the top and silly and brilliant Resident Evil 4 is.
It's so on the edge, isn't it? Like you always feel like you're on the brink of death. But
Yeah.
There's always somewhere, like
Well,
a
the
window
chickens-
you can escape through,
Yeah.
or a ladder you can kick down.
The chickens will lay an egg that might give you a little bit of health.
Yes.
So there's all these little systems.
Right.
The chickens
Wow.
are key. It's just brilliant, and it's something I didn't expect from a Resident Evil game at all, especially back in the day. It's a whole new type of horror. It felt like for the series, that sense of constantly being pursued by this huge mob. Not just one, it's not just Nemesis that's chasing you, it's not just Mr. X, it's a whole community, a whole village.
It
You
really
feel
is.
outnumbered, you feel you feel very vulnerable, but you have to sort of lean into those action instincts that we now take for granted, and Resident Evil 4 has a lot of responsibility for introducing a lot of these ideas. You have to rely on movement and using your weaponry in a smart fashion, deploying the shotgun when you need to get out of a tight spot. It's a really brilliant introduction to a fantastic game, and I just want to go and play it again now.
So Resident Evil was a series that I kind of avoided for a very long time because I didn't think I liked horror or horror games in general.
Same.
So I avoided them like the plague. I was like, I'm not touching them.
The end.
The end. That is my end.
Bye.
See you later. My first experience of Resident Evil was Resident Evil 7. But my first experience of Resident Evil 7, probably going to get booed out of the room for this. I watched a Let's Play.
So you didn't even play
A
it
silent
yourself?
commentary. Wait. That was my first experience of Resident Evil 7. I did then play it myself, but I watched a silent a silent commentary. The game was obviously there. No one was talking over it. It was just a silent game.
A no commentary playthrough.
A no commentary playthrough. That's the one. To make sure that I could stomach it, I suppose. It was obviously something that interested me because otherwise I wouldn't have wanted to watch a playthrough of it. but the idea of playing it creeped me out. And I did get creeped out when I played it.
That is a rough place to start, I think. If you're not into horror and you start with Resident Evil 7, you are very brave. Yeah,
So,
you are very brave.
I feel like the first horror games that I played were Outlast and Alien Isolation.
Okay. Whoa.
But I was kind of made to do it for my old job.
don't like horror?
I was going to just have to be like this, Ash.
For my old job, I was kind of made to do it for entertainment purposes, because I'm so scared.
I wonder what that's like. God. Wow, who would do such a thing to
I
someone?
know, monsters. That's what it is, monsters. So Marguerite.
Oh.
Marguerite Baker. Mama Baker. Oh my goodness. That has haunted me since I watched the Let's Play and then since I played it myself. So kind of double whammied it really, unintentionally for myself, I suppose. Maybe I made it worse doing it that way. I don't know. Anyway, so when you first find one of Mia's tapes and she's hiding from Marguerite and she's trying to get her to come out and she's telling her that she's so ungrateful and you're trying to sneak around and solve puzzles while Marguerite is trying to look for you and stuff. That was I didn't like that, but I didn't know it was gonna get worse. I think that the boss fight with her is just so horrendous. Like, her character design is disgusting.
Yeah.
Actually horrific. Like, her face hasn't changed, but her body, the things that they do to her body with her long arms, her little, like, sack without a K. I hate the word sack without a K. Yeah, she like lays little nests around and
so horrible.
she's just horrendous. Like, she's just the worst. I can't even, but I love it because it's disgusting. Like, I wouldn't want to come across her ever.
No.
And I won't, because she's dead now because I killed her.
You did what?
Yeah.
Spoilers.
She's alive in my game if you want to come and see that.
There's a moment where she puts you in a pit, isn't there? And you have to fight her from a pit. Am I remembering that correctly? That felt like the opposite of what I try to do to enemies when I try and cheese them into somewhere they can't get out
through the
of.
wall when she's just scuttling around all over the walls.
It's the scuttling. It's like being chased through I don't know if is it both of the segments where you're getting chased through like the tunnels underneath the ground and there's just muck and dirt and rotten stuff everywhere, and it's like, it's all of that is just such a heebie-jeebies moment.
I
The
always
whole thing.
remember about Marguerite is the way she shouts very angrily. She's like swearing at you and shouting. It's like so angry. It's like, what's your problem?
She wants you to be grateful for her dinner and for her. She's putting you up. She's putting you up in a nice house. Why wouldn't you be grateful? It's a good location, loads of amenities. Like,
Making me less inclined to eat your wonderful food, Marguerite. What's going on?
well, it's just stuck with me so much over the years. I've just always found it so horrendous and just the weirdest way to get into Resi.
I don't know if this is
I don't know.
yeah.
And
What's a Resident Evil? Oh God. I mean, really, there's been so many moments that I've been subjected to over the years on PlayStation Access. Probably the most actually memorable for me is trying to run away from Mr. Baker in VR, which
Daddy's home.
was
Infamous.
I mean, like, actually, I try to forget that. But I suppose a little bit of recency bias. First of all, we've been replaying Resident Evil 2 for as part of the Plus Side, which we do on the PlayStation Access podcast. And so I've been thinking about Resi 2, and Resi 2 Remake is probably my favourite Resident Evil. But what I really wanted to speak about was actually Resi 2 Remake, and playing Resi 2 Remake was really the first time that I played Resident Evil 2. I followed the story. Two things. First of all, Mr. X reveal.
I thought you were going to mention the cheeseburger at the start.
I mean, that's memorable, but maybe for the wrong reasons.
Can I read you my moment, actually?
The Mr. X reveal in the remake is so good, and I haven't seen it in the original, but walking around this corner to find a crashed helicopter, and he just lifts it up like it's nothing. He's just like, and you just know he's different. You know, like he's saying it's the leather jacket, the long leather trench
Sounds
coat.
like a romance. You just
There was something about him, you know, it caught my eye. Mr. Triple X. And you just know that you're supposed to run away.
Yeah,
I guess that's my point. You're not like, I'll just shoot him in the head 12 times. I think he'll go down.
You've got to shoot
It's
his hat
like,
off. That's
I
the
mean, you
trick.
can try that. That will buy you some time, but that you know, it's run away is what you're going to be doing.
Leon's response is basically the same as the players, because Leon goes, "What the?"
Yeah, exactly. But that's not the bit I wanted to talk about either.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. how
Well,
many
it's only a
minutes?
small,
it's
it's
Mr.
only a
I
small
don't
thing.
like
I've dragged
horror
this out a little bit because
Right.
I've realised that there are actually loads of memorable moments in
Right.
Resident Evil that stick out for me. And this one I don't think will register for lots of people, but it does to me. And it's Marvin in Resident Evil 2 Remake specifically. Marvin is just like a beacon of hope in an otherwise terrifying place. Like every room in that police station is just filled with horrors. Even if there's no enemy in there, it's just scary, and there's documents about weird stuff that's going on and whatever. And Marvin is like a good guy, and he's in a horrible situation. He's been bitten. You know what's going to happen to him. And I found every time I went back to that lobby, I was like holding my breath. Having never played the game before, I didn't know when the inevitable was going to happen. So every time I'd go back to that lobby, I was just holding my breath and being like, I hope Marvin's okay. And he's just getting worse and worse and worse. And then one time you go back, and what I really like is it's understated. There's no cutscene. There's no like, Marvin, oh no. You know, like
That
it's
was
just.
a great impression.
Thank you. It was pretty good, wasn't it?
Really good.
Yeah, you just walk in and he's just a zombie. It's just happened.
Yeah.
It's happened while you're not there, and there's no like sort of big emotional goodbye or like trying to help him or like trying to kill him like soon so it doesn't happen, so he doesn't turn. It just has happened, and he's just a mindless zombie shuffling around, and I found it really, really sad. And my one kind of like beacon of hope in the game was gone.
You're on your own now.
I was on my own. Like Claire's somewhere. I don't know where she is.
Don't worry about it.
She'll pop up sometimes. But Marvin, who just, you know, I don't know. He's not a Claire or a Leon. He's not a super capable. He might have been, but he's not now. But by the time you meet him, he's becoming a zombie.
Yeah.
And he's going to go at some point. And when he goes, I just found it really sad. And then you have to decide, like, do you try and keep him like a zombie pet?
No, you got to put him down.
Do you put him
Marvin.
down? Yeah, that's right. Do you want some blood, boy?
It's Resident Evil 4, specifically the original, but you can substitute for the remake if you prefer. When you first meet the Regeneradores, Regeneradores, and I think the big thing that still gets me now, playing again specifically the original, just because it's the design is slightly different. They're both good, but it's the one that sticks with me most is the one that I played first. Is the noise that you hear. So you get to kind of wander around and you see them, but they're dead or they're hanging up in a freezer, and it's not. They're just weird experiments, and you see the one on an autopsy table, and you go up and you press whatever action button it is, and it's like, oh, they must be doing some kind of experimental autopsy. Like, oh no, okay, that looks awful. They look horrible. But anyway, I've got puzzles to solve, and I want to get out, so I'm just gonna move on. And then the first one kind of like you defrost them, I think, as part of the rerouting power to get out of this section, and it's fine. But then you hear that. And that's the thing that gets me. That's the moment, and just the terror of being way too young to play this game, and like it's really scary. And then you kind of shake yourself out of the panic and the stupor, and you're like, okay, well, I've got guns, I've got ammo, I can just shoot them. And then you shoot them, and then they just kind of.
Yeah.
And then they grow back, and you're like, oh, let's just shoot them again. And then they grow back, and then you're like, I've wasted so many bullets. And I don't know what to do. And obviously obviously you find out later that the parasites are in them, and you can use the infrared scope, and there's a whole thing. But that first sort of 10 minutes where you're running around this section and everything's freezing.
Yeah.
And it's usually dark because you've had to turn all the power off and everything to get out. And just it's the noise ricocheting around those metallic corridors, that really horrible breathing.
The horrible breathing. I always remember, if it only took you 10 minutes to figure it out, Connor, fair play. It took me a lot longer.
It definitely took me longer because I died a lot.
Yeah.
And then honourable mention for a bit later on when the ones with the spikes in them appear, and when you shoot them, they explode and stab you. It's like, great!
Thanks.
Almost didn't think that they could get worse, and somehow you guys have managed it. This is brilliant. Really just
just awful. Like, great, but
Yeah,
awful.
they move weirdly and they've got weird attacks, like their limbs can sort of extend a little bit, and they can sort of almost do the worm along the floor to get to you. They move really quickly when they do that. They are so weird.
They've really got the kind of Resident Evil creature design focus group together and gone, how can we make this the worst that we possibly can for the player? And every time they just knock it out of the park.
It's all of the expectations you have and all of the knowledge you've built up of what an enemy in Resident Evil is like. You're like, okay, it's alright if I maintain my calm and stay a certain distance away, or if I get them onto the floor, I buy myself enough time, and the Regenerators just subvert all of that. They move quickly on the floor.
Yeah.
They can unpredictably reach you from further away. You can't kill them.
No.
Unless you have
the weak point.
Exactly, yeah. And I missed the thermal scope. I didn't. I just didn't have it, and so I was.
You're constantly paralysed by it.
I think I found out online that they had parasites in them you had to shoot, so I was basically just blindly shooting.
Oh my goodness! Extra hard
hoping
mode.
I got the parasites. So yeah, there was a very memorable moment as well.
Yeah, that would make it a lot worse.
Can you believe everyone just went with one moment each? That's not how I roll. Some may say it's because I struggle to make decisions, but me, I say it's because I'm a trailblazer, and because everyone knows I don't like horror, and it's hardly a surprise I've been traumatized by the Resident Evil games. Whatever the reason is, follow my lead and share with us your Resi moments that stuck with you the most in the comments below. And remember to like this video and subscribe to PlayStation Access for more Resident Evil and general PlayStation goodness. Thanks for watching.